Recently on the channel, we've been ranking different categories of Pokemon, such as legendaries, starter Pokemon, and everything like that. Well, in today's video, we're going to be ranking every mythical Pokemon from the worst to the best. Now, mythical Pokemon are very, very rare in the way that they are only available mostly through events and stuff, with the occasional few being thrown in like Deoxys in the Delta episode. So, which is the worst to the best? Well, like I say, today we're going to be ranking them all. Of course, this is all my own opinion though at the end of the day, and it's completely cool if you guys disagree with what I say in the video. Don't hesitate though to drop a comment down below about the video and if you found it interesting or not. Don't forget to leave a like on this video too to show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out a new video very shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date, and follow my Twitter to updates about the channel. Both of those links can be found in the description down below. Now without further ado, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. So starting things off, and the worst mythical Pokemon in my opinion, I mean it's not really up for debate, it kinda has to be Phione, and it's because it's just got the worst stats. It's just not a good Pokemon, you know, it's kind of the meme of the mythical Pokemon, being that Pokemon that just gets laughed at, never really gets used, and whenever it is seen in battle, you kinda just chuckle to yourself, you're like, haha, that's a Phione. Unfortunately, that is just the day-to-day life of Phione. It's just not a very good Pokemon. I'm kinda surprised that it is classed as a mythical Pokemon, but yes, Phione I do believe is the worst mythical Pokemon. Coming up next, we have Meloetta, the Pirouette form, and it's an okay Pokemon. It's just not the greatest out there. I'm not necessarily sure this is the worst mythical after Phione. It's definitely up for debate. Like I say, I've not gone through like every single stat and every single thing like that and every single tier and see what works well, because it's kind of impossible to do that. I mean, you kind of, every Pokemon is good in a different kind of situation, you know. But yes, I don't think Meloetta Pirouette form is that good, which is why it is this far down on the list. Next up on the list is Shaymin. Now, just normal Shaymin, not talking about the Sky form, yeah, that'll be later on the video, but Shaymin's normal form is a really, really cute little Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the design of Shaymin. I think it's a really, really cool little Pokemon, but that doesn't necessarily make it a very good Pokemon. Yes, it's really cool to see, but it's not really got anything going for it, and it's got a pretty bad typing as well, being a grass type. But yes, that is Shaymin. Coming up next, we have the next Meloetta form, Meloetta Area. I do believe I pronounced that right, but Meloetta Area is a pretty good Pokemon. It does a lot of damage, it's got a pretty good special attack stat, you know, it hits pretty hard, it's got some nice bulk to it, and it's a pretty good Pokemon at the end of the day. It's not as good as the other mythical Pokemon out there, but it's still a decent Pokemon. But like I say, because it's not as good as the rest, it has to be kind of low on this list, which is why Meloetta Area is this far down on the list. Coming up next is Celebi. Now, Celebi is one of my more favourite kind of mythical Pokemon, but that doesn't necessarily make it a good one. I mean, it doesn't have the greatest typing, being grass and psychic. It's weak to a lot of types like fire, ice, dark, ghost, everything like that. It's not a great typing to have, like knockoff hurts this thing, you know, flamethrower, ice beam, whatever floats your boat. Celebi's not taking any of it very, very well whenever he's in the situation in the battle, but I still love the Pokemon. It's still a pretty good one, but it's just not as good as the other Pokemon on this list, which is why it is so far down in today's video. Coming up next, we have Hooper, not the Unbound form, the normal form, and even though this Pokemon does have a cheeky grin, that doesn't necessarily make it a good mythical Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, it's just when you got the Unbound form there and you got Hooper or the Unbound form, you're like, I'ma use the Unbound form just because it's a much better Pokemon in every aspect. But yes, Hooper's still a decent Pokemon, just not as good as the others on this list, which is why it's so far down in today's video. Coming up next, we have Volcanion, a unique typing on a Pokemon being water and fire, and it's got a really nice move in Steam Eruption, and this Pokemon's pretty good, you know, we're making our way down the list, we're going to be running into some decent Pokemon now, and Volcanion is very good. That Steam Eruption move is very, very nice, it's got a pretty nice typing, it's got some nice bulk to it, it hits very, very hard as well, and yes, Volcanion is a very, very good Pokemon, just not as good as other Pokemon on this list, but yes, that is Volcanion. Coming up next, we have a Swords of Justice Pokemon, which for some reason is a Swords of Justice, even though it's a mythical, and it is Keldeo. And Keldeo is a water fighting type Pokemon, and I absolutely love the design of this Pokemon. I think it looks so, so cool. I'm a big fan of the Pokemon, and it's very, very good in battle. Like, whenever you use Keldeo, it's usually going to get you some good results. It is outclassed by different Pokemon, but it's still good at the end of the day, and I do like this Pokemon. And yeah, it's a pretty good mythical Pokemon at the end of the day, but yes, that is Keldeo. Coming up next, we have the most difficult shiny Pokemon to get in the whole of time, and that is Manaphy. Now, Manaphy is a very, very good Pokemon because you can get a Tail Glow off with this thing. +3 special attack right off the bat. That's pretty decent. If you've got, like, you know, some sort of defense set up on this thing, get up a Tail Glow. Everything that you use on this Pokemon, whether that be Scald or Ice Beam or Energy Ball or anything like that, it's going to hit very, very hard after +3. Especially if you've got, like, a positive special attack nature, all your EVs in special attack, you like 31 IVs in there as well. It's going to be doing a lot of damage, but yes, Manaphy is a very, very good Pokemon. Coming up next, we have Mcginn, or a quite recent mythical to be fair. And Mcginn is a very, very nice Pokemon because of its typing. Steel and Fairy is very, very good. Obviously, Steel Pokemon are very good anyway because they resist so many types. And then added was Fairy as well. Fairy is very, very nice because Fairy, again, is a very, very good type in the competitive scene. So when you put those two together, Mcginn definitely packs a punch. And I really, really like this Pokemon. I've never really used it, but I think it's a good Pokemon. It seems to do pretty well in, the competitive scene. So yeah, Mcginn is a decent Pokemon, which is why it is in its place in today's video. Coming up next, we have the mythical Pokemon Mew, the first mythical to ever be revealed. Mew is an amazing Pokemon because you just don't know what you're going to get with it. Being able to learn pretty much every single TM, having obviously 100 in every single stat, as like a lot of these mythical Pokemon do, you have no idea what set this Pokemon's going to run. It can learn so many things, it can do so many sets. It's just such a good Pokemon. It's so fun to use as well, and it's just everyone's favorite metronome user, let's be honest. But yes, that is the mythical Pokemon Mew. Coming up next, we have the mythical Pokemon Darkrai. Now, Darkrai would have been higher on this list if it wasn't for Dark Void getting nerfed. Now, before, it was a 100% accuracy move, so every time you used this, it would hit every single time. But now, it has been nerfed down to 50%, really not helping out Darkrai there. But it's still a decent Pokemon at the end of the day. It still hits very hard, it's a very, very good Pokemon. And when Dark Void does hit, you're in for a good time. But yes, that is Darkrai. Coming up next, we have the other Hooper form, Hooper Unbound, the better of the two in my opinion. Now, Hooper Unbound hits very hard, it's very fast, it's just his physical defense isn't too good unfortunately, which really does let this Pokemon down. It's still a decent Pokemon to know you though, and I quite like it, so yeah, that's why it's got this position in today's list. Coming up next, we have Jirachi. Now, we all know how annoying Jirachi is to go up against. That flinching technique, all of that jazz, we just don't really want to relive the stories, but Jirachi does what it does best, and that is annoy everybody that it goes up against. It's also got an incredible typing as well. I really like Jirachi, it's got a really cool design. The only thing I didn't realise though, until like pretty recently, was it had like a third eye on its belly. Never really realised that until like a couple years ago, which is kind of crazy, but yes, that is Jirachi. Coming up next in today's video is Victini. Now, Victini is a very good Pokemon because it has one of the highest damaging moves in the game in V-Create, which has a whopping 180 power to its name. It's obviously stab when used by Victini as well. It does a lot of damage. It's got a 95% accuracy, so if you are a bit unlucky, then you might miss it every now and again, but it does so much damage. It hits very hard, and it's such a good move, and Victini is a decent Pokemon because of that, but it's also got other good moves as well. It's a very good Pokemon. I like Victini, and yes, decent mythical Pokemon at the end of the day. Coming up next, we have a Mega Mythical Pokemon in Mega Diancie. Now, Mega Diancie is okay. It's got a pretty nice typing as well in Rock and Fairy, and it got some good things going for it. It got Mega Evolution, so to be fair, if it's got that, then it's got something good, But Mega Diancie is decent in the competitive scene, and yeah, it's a pretty good Pokemon. Coming up next, we have the other form of Shaman, the better in my opinion, and that is Shaman Sky form. Now, this Pokemon is an Ubers, and it hits super hard, it is very fast, doesn't have the greatest typing, flying and grass, because obviously ice type moves do not agree very well with the Shaman of the Sky form variety, but nonetheless, it is a very good Pokemon, and I'm a big fan of this mythical. Coming up next, we have Zehra Aura. Now, at the time of making this video, Zehra Aura isn't in any tiers or anything. It's got some decent speed, it hits very hard on the physical and special side of things, but I'm just putting it here because I don't know if it's going to be good, or I don't know if it's going to be bad. Right now, I have no idea, so whether this video goes up when Zehra Aura, has been confirmed to be in a tier or whatnot, I do apologize, but as I'm making this, Zehra Aura is just in like the limbo tier, which is why it's in this position in the list. Coming up next, we have DaHubbz, and DaHubbz is a very good mythical Pokemon, and one of the only mythicals you can catch through the actual game, being in the Delta episode. Now, it doesn't have the best bulk to this Pokemon, but it still hits super hard in the physical and special side, and it's also very fast as well. DaHubbz is a very good Pokemon. Come up next, we have another form of Deoxys in the defense form. Now this thing, as you can tell by its name, is very, very defensive. It's super bulky, it can set up hazards, it takes hits like it's nobody's business, and it is such a good Pokemon. It's an absolute wall in the competitive scene, and if you get this Pokemon on your team, you're going to be taking hits left, right, and center. But Deoxys defense form, very, very good. Coming up next, we have Genesect, which has a very nice typing in Bug and Steel, meaning it is only weak to fire. Also has the ability download, which is very nice. Has some nice attack and special attack stats, 120 in both. 99 speed as well, not too bad, but it obviously hits very hard, especially if you got that special attack boost as well at the start, just by getting switched in. It's a great day at the office, and when you're only weak to one typing as well. Genesect definitely does a lot of work in the competitive scene, and it is a very, very good mythical Pokemon. Coming up next, we have a rather new mythical Pokemon being Marshadow. Now, Marshadow is an amazing Pokemon, has a really good typing, has so many good moves, has a very, very nice move pool, it really, really does. Stats across the board are very nice, and I really love the design of this Pokemon. I really liked it in the 21st movie as well. It does a very, very good job in just destroying everything. It hits very, very hard. Love the Pokemon, the design, the stats, move pool, everything about it. Marshadow is a great Pokemon. Coming up next, we have the fastest Pokemon in the game, known as Deoxys Speed. Now, if you ever want to outspeed something, you've come to the right place if you're picking this Pokemon. Having the best speed stat total in the whole game, Deoxys Speed is definitely going to get off a big hit. Also has some very nice attack stats as well, so it's going to outspeed anything. It's going to get a hit off. Yes, it's not got the best bulk out there, but it still hits very, very hard. Deoxys Speed is a very, very good Pokemon in the competitive scene. Coming up next, we have another Deoxys form in Deoxys Attack. Now, this thing is exactly what it says on the tin. Hits so hard on both the physical and the special side of things. It's fast. It has some pretty poor bulk. But I mean, with that much attack, all this thing needs to do is come in, hit anything with a huge move, and then get the hell out of there, and you're pretty much done your job. But Deoxys Attack form is insanely good in the competitive scene. Hits so hard. Very, very good Pokemon. Finishing things off though, and what I do believe is the best mythical Pokemon in the competitive scene, has to be the god Pokemon itself, Arceus or Arceus. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but it is a very good Pokemon. I mean, if you get a Swords Dance off on this thing, and then you can pretty much E-speed everything to your heart's content, it's going to at least be a 2-hit KO after a Swords Dance on anything. Even things that resist it, it just does so much damage. Stab, it's got stats across the board which are ridiculous. It's just, it shouldn't even be allowed, it shouldn't, but that is the god Pokemon, Arceus, yeah. But with that, it does wrap up today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please do leave a like. I would really appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, I would also love to hear your guys' opinions too on this subject, so be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I do have a couple top 5s coming to your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you do have the time, and also subscribe if you do enjoy my content. I do daily Pokemon live streams and daily Pokemon videos on this channel. That is everything from me though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and until next time, guys, peace.